Welcome to RadfordMathematics.com. I thought I'd give you a quick tour of the website just to give you an idea of how to navigate through the whole thing. Now, the idea when I made this was to make it responsive so that whether you're using your smartphone or your tablet or your desktop or laptop to visualize the site, it should look familiar and always be quite user-friendly. Now, the fastest way to navigate through this website is to go through this little menu icon here, which you see in the upper left-hand corner. And if you click on that, the menu will open and you'll see all the different topics that this website covers. Now, for argument's sake, let's say we're studying trigonometry. I would click on that. And let's say we're studying further trigonometry, so we would have learned the area formula, the sine rule and the cosine rule, and so on. So if I click on the area formula for triangles, I'll be redirected to a page which tells me the basics and also reminds me of the formula for calculating the area of a triangle. Quite typically, in this particular case, I'll also go through the requirements to use the formula, and I'll also go through a video tutorial, in which case, you can see it right here. Each of the video tutorials I made and I've added to my YouTube channel, RadfordMathematics.com again. So if I were to click on that, the video explaining this method would appear right here.
In this video, we'll be learning how to use the formula for calculating the area of any triangle.
And there you go. As well as all that, I also tend to always, as much as possible, include explanations as to why the formula works, as you can see here. And quite typically, I'll often add a quick example at the end. I try and go through quite a fair share of detail in these examples just to make things clear. So let's go back to the home page. If you're not entirely sure what you're looking for or you can't remember the name, it's often a good idea also to access the full list of chapters, in other words, the full content of the website. And from the home page, you can do this just by clicking on this blue button here, Full List of Chapters. So if I click on that, I'll see every single page which is on this website. And all the titles are there, and all of these are hyperlinks. So if you click on any one of these, you'll be redirected. So for example, if you're studying, well, one of the killer ones that everyone hates when studying quadratic equations is learning how to split the middle term. If you were to click on that, you'd be redirected. And of course, you could come across this page which teaches us how to factor quadratics splitting the middle term. And again, there's a video tutorial, there are worked examples, and I've gone through as much detail as possible to make it as clear as possible. Another way of navigating through it is by using the search icon, which I see in the upper right-hand corner here, the little sort of magnifying glass. If I click on that, a little search menu appears, and I can search whatever I want in the website. So let's say, for example, I'm studying calculus, so typically I'd be in the final couple of years of high school. And for argument's sake, let's say I'm studying areas under curves. So I'll just type areas under curves. And if I press enter, it gives me all the pages which have those keywords inside it. So in this case, I can see definite integrals and areas beneath curves. So if I click on that, it redirects me automatically to the page I'm interested in. So definite integrals and areas under curves. And again, I go through the method as well as some worked examples. And there you go. As much as possible, I've really tried to make the examples quite clear. I've spared very little of the calculation so you can really work your way through it. And I've accompanied it with some pretty, hopefully, clear diagrams. And that pretty much sums it up. I really hope that helps. I'll just finish by saying that I know that quite a few of you prefer video tutorials than handwritten notes, and quite a few of you, and I can understand it, don't really like learning off the screen, which is perfectly fair. If that's the case, don't hesitate to subscribe to the YouTube channel I made, which again has the same name, RadfordMathematics.com. And if you go on there, it should look something like this. And I've organized most of the videos by playlists. And they're very similar to the playlists that you'll see, or rather the chapters that you'll see on the website. So for example, if we're studying trigonometry, I would click on that playlist, and you can see here on the right hand side all the different videos on trigonometry that have been added. And so it covers pretty much everything from right angle trigonometry all the way through to cosine rule, bearings, and all the rest. And that pretty much sums it up. I really hope that helps.